John.
Absolutely.
From the Junk Mafia.
I'm holding down this half of the studio over here.
And then we got the lovely Queen of Green, Trish, my wife, on the phones, taking care of things.
Be nice to Trish if you call in. She's a first-time phoner.
You better be.
But she's doing a good job out there.
And I'm recording it for YouTube.
Well, folks, we appreciate you being with us here today, talking about everything that is green. I want to do a little cleanup from last week's show. We had several callers call in, and we just want to go back and review a few things that we had. And, you want to talk about transparency. We always hear that word transparency now with the government. I don't believe a lot about transparency that we're hearing from the government right now, but we want to try to keep them accountable. But accountability on this show is an extremely important thing with me, especially when you have your mother listening. That's one thing that I have, and my mom's keeping me transparent. Because the very first thing she did was when I got back to the office, was she said, you had a caller last week that asked you about bleach. And you gave her this big, long dissertation about why bleach is harmful and you shouldn't use bleach, and you gave her this great answer, but then you didn't tell her what she should use. So we're going to back up, and we're going to clean that up a little bit, no pun intended, the whole cleaning thing. So anyway, I did want to answer, using green cleaning products is what you should be using, obviously. And the reason is because the green cleaning products are safer to use, they are just as affordable, and of course, they're just as effective. And the great thing is, you can get these products at just about every store now. It used to be, it was a health market store that you had to go make a special visit to, which, once again, that's not the greener option because we've got to watch our carbon footprint. But now, just about any local grocery store will carry it. What we're trying to do is we're really trying to break into toxic aisle. That's what I call the cleaning aisle, is toxic aisle. You walk down it and you smell all these toxic products. And so we're trying to get a lot of the local chains to put our green cleaning products in the middle of toxic aisle to set that example of going green. But Hy-Vee is one that has been carrying the earth-friendly products, which is the products that we carry. But you get 7th Generation and Mrs. Myers and a lot of great examples of green cleaning products. McKeever's Price Chopper is another one that's carrying. And so if you want to get green cleaning products from us at Return to Green, and you want to find out those locations where you can get those products, you can call 816-554-3366, or you can go to returntogreen.com and find out those locations where you can get the green cleaning products to stop using bleach to clean with. So that was the call-in we had from Denise. And I wanted to clean that up so when I go back to the office, my mother doesn't yell at me. So there's your transparency, folks.
That's very good.
So there's my shout out to Mom at the office.
Mom's listening.
Mom's she's listening.
You better believe it.
So,
what was the number again, Gary, and for our listeners that want to give Mom a call?
Okay, they can give Mom a call, 816-554-3366, or returntogreen.com. All right? And anybody that wants to call in here and has a question, 816-792-1140, because we want the show to be driven by the listeners. So, topics for upcoming shows, call in. Okay? We want to know what green questions are on your mind. This is what it's all about, folks. It's about the education. It's about getting the green topics to come into us so we can get that on the radio for you, because we're going to be all green all the time. Kansas City's first show dedicated to green. We are history making. We are pioneers. I love that.
I'll tell you.
In fact, I had, this is great, because it's not just Kansas City, okay? Not just Kansas City, because they always say, green, it's the East Coast, the West Coast, all this stuff. I just honestly think, we're greener in the middle, But anyway, I had a friend send a email from St. Louis, kind of busting my chops because I was talking about the Wright brothers. He thought it was really funny because, I was saying how, the neighbors of the Wright brothers were, hey, those guys are putting wings on a bicycle. Aren't they crazy? And all,
Yeah.
Okay. And so he's kind of giving me a hard time. He thought that was really funny. And, I don't think anybody was laughing when they got that thing to get up off the ground.
Yeah.
Now, the thing is, there had to be a pioneer somewhere to break ground to get that moving forward. Now, obviously, there's no Wright Brothers Airlines, or I don't even know if there's a Wright Brothers bicycle shop anywhere, or Wright Brothers Bicycle Company.
I'll Google it.
Google it. See, there you go. Find out information if there's even a Wright Brothers bicycle left anywhere. But someone had to be the pioneer to break ground. That's why we have our first official guest on, Julie Coppin, today, because she is very much a pioneer in green. And so that's why I chose Julie to be our first guest, and we're going to have her on here in a minute to start talking. You can say hi to the folks, Julie.
Thanks, Gary. Thanks for having me on. I'm excited. I'm your first guest. This is pretty fun.
She is the queen bee of green. And I told everybody on the show last week, you do not want to try to get something by Julie and say that you're green and you're not, because she's got this detector that goes off that says, wait a minute, you're not being transparent. It goes off quickly. So don't ever be dishonest with Julie about it if you're not green. So we're going to talk about that, and we're going to talk about what Julie does in her magazine, which is a wonderful magazine. We're going to talk about our Green Ability group and a lot of other things coming up. But anyway, hold on, I got to get a drink from
Seattle, Washington.
my corn cup.
Drinking straight from the corn cup.
From the tap. Hold on, my vintage tap water.
Did you need to be talking about how you want to drink from a corn cup? You need to explain that to people so they know what you're talking about.
Well, because it's
This is the queen bee over here asking the question.
It's our mommy dearest theory on bottled water.
Go ahead.
No more bottled water.
And here it is.
And Julie has her spun
It's called a Sig bottle.
Sig bottle.
It's a metal bottle, and you just keep refilling it.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm drinking from a corn cup. This is 100% made from corn. In fact, it has a little ring on it that says 100% compostable. I am made from corn. So it composts in the landfill. I don't even have to worry about recycling. It goes right back to the earth.
Perfect.
So that's green for you, folks.
That is green.
So anyway, we had a caller last week, Linda, and I didn't have an answer for Linda, so we didn't bring her on air, but she read an article in the Star that was about recycling, and I hadn't read it yet, but I do, like I said, I respect the callers, and I didn't want to give her an answer that I didn't have, so we went back and we pulled the article out, and we read the article, and it was, like I said, about recycling, and about prices plummeting, and I read the article. I felt like there was some negative connotation to it. I got hold of Phelps Murdoch from Bridging the Gap, the president of Bridging the Gap, and discussed it with him. And we're going to give Phelps an opportunity to call in and give his side of the story. So that's going to be something that's going to be coming up here in a minute. Phelps is going to call in and have a discussion about that. I think it's extremely important that we get the information out to you folks about it, because the last thing I want to do is have people look at an article about recycling that's extremely negative, and then everybody just goes, okay, well, we're going to throw our hands up and we're going to stop recycling. So we want to get Phelps on to give us some points on what's going on with recycling. So he's going to come and discuss that with us, and we're going to go ahead and take a break right now. And if you've got some issues you want to discuss with us, go ahead and call us at 816-792-1140. KCXL, all green, all the time.